No, no.
Flight 349 clear for departure.
Roger for that.
Brace for impact! Oh my god! We're going down! Oh my god! We're going down! Hello? Is anyone out there? Please? Can anyone hear me? Mom, Dad, Mark. I will make it. Yes. Come on. Yes. Infection. Oh, that's good. Don't quit. My body heals. I stay alive. Please. Here! I'm here! No. Not today. Tomorrow again. Not safe. Mom. Dad. Mark. No, no, no! Still here. I will not break. not again. I survived! Still me. I will endure. Hey,
I still remember the feeling when I left that beach. The place that was once hell now became my beginning. I didn't look back for long because I knew if I did, I might lose my courage. On my shoulder was an old backpack,
We need to keep moving.
filled with only a few things I found. A rusty knife, a seatbelt strap, a lighter,
We
a
made
torn
it.
piece of fabric, a bottle of water, and a few dry food scraps. So little, almost ridiculous, but I believed it was everything I needed to survive. As I stepped into the forest, moisture clung to my skin. Insects hummed a strange rhythm. I breathed deeply, feeling the scent of earth, leaves, and the pulse of a new world. I was afraid. But in that fear, there was something powerful. A quiet certainty that maybe I was born to endure this
Bigger
place.
than I thought.
The deeper I went, the denser the trees grew, the harder the path became. Thorns scratched my skin, roots tangled around my ankles. Each time I fell, I whispered to myself, "Stand up, Sophia." There was no one left to blame, no one left to call for. There was only me. Then I heard a small, trembling cry among the leaves. A baby monkey, trapped, its leg wounded. Its terrified eyes reminded me of my own after the crash. I cut the rope, freeing it. It didn't run away. It just looked at me as if it knew I was trying to escape my own trap too. From that moment, it followed me. At first scared, then curious. Playful. I shared a piece of fruit, and it climbed onto my shoulder. I laughed. For the first time since the crash, I truly laughed. We kept walking. Through fallen trees, muddy slopes, and pits covered in dry leaves. Once, I slipped and almost fell into a ravine. The monkey screamed, grabbing my shirt. Holding on, we both trembled, both breathing hard, both surviving. When I found the first stream, I knelt. I washed my face, drank slowly, felt the cold spread through my body. I could hear my heartbeat, calm and steady, echoing with the water. I gave the monkey water too. It drank and looked at me, safe and still. Maybe we had found each other to stay alive. I found a flat patch of ground beside the stream, shaded, cool, and quiet. I knew this would be home. I started cutting branches, gathering leaves, twisting vines. My hands bled. My shoulders ached. But every wound carried a quiet joy. I was building my life again. With my own hands. When the first shelter took shape, I stepped back, watching the sunset paint everything gold.
Little one.
The monkey sat on the roof, swinging its tail, chattering softly. And for the first time, the world didn't feel hostile anymore. I lit a fire. The flames flickered across my face, tired, dirty, but peaceful. The monkey curled beside me, asleep. I brushed its fur gently, leaned back against the rock, and stared through the leaf roof into the sky. I wasn't afraid of the night anymore. Then came the rain. Cold, sudden, relentless. The roof couldn't hold it all. Water soaked my clothes, chilled my skin.
We build.
I held the monkey close, feeling its heartbeat. In the roar of rain and wind, one thought remained clear. We survived the first night. When morning came, I stepped outside. The air was fresh. The forest washed clean. Sunlight pierced the canopy, scattering over the wet shelter like tiny crystals. I smiled, a real, quiet smile that warmed my whole heart. I sat before my little shelter, the monkey sleeping in my lap, the fire still glowing. The sound of water, the whisper of the wind, the pulse of the forest all blended into one. I realized I had crossed the line between surviving and living. I no longer ask why I survived. Now I only wonder, how will I live? And the answer is simple. I will live, slowly, steadfastly, because I am no longer afraid to lose anything. I've already lost everything to finally find myself. The wind carried the last scent of the ocean as I entered the forest. Every breath was thick with damp earth, wild flowers, and decay. It was a strange symphony, the whisper of leaves, the distant cry of unseen birds, the heartbeat of a world untouched by human hands. Each sound reminded me that I was still alive. My steps grew slower, deliberate. Every crack of a twig beneath my feet echoed like a promise that I would not give up. The trees seemed to watch me, their trunks scarred and ancient, their roots twisting like veins of a giant beast. I pressed my palm against one, feeling the rough bark bite into my skin. It was solid, unyielding, alive. It reminded me that I too was still alive. Hours passed. The sun dipped low, and light turned gold. Then crimson. Shadows stretched long and haunting. I kept walking, not knowing where I was going, only that I had to keep moving. Hunger gnawed at my stomach. Thirst dried my throat. But every ache was proof that I was still human. When night came, I built a small fire from damp wood. Smoke curled lazily upward, a fragile bridge between earth and sky. I sat close, feeling its warmth crawl into my bones. The forest spoke in murmurs, insects, rustling leaves,
Still here.
the sigh of the wind. It was a language I didn't yet understand, but
We
longed
start
to.
again.
Sleep didn't come easily. Memories did. The crash, the screams, the faces I couldn't save. I saw them, each time I closed my eyes, then the silence that followed. My chest tightened, but I didn't cry. Tears
There.
felt too heavy for a night that was already drowning in darkness. At dawn, the light broke through the canopy, gentle, golden, forgiving. I stood, brushing dirt from my skin. My reflection in a puddle looked like someone else wilder, stronger, yet fragile as glass. I whispered to her, to myself, "You are still here." The forest welcomed me again. Dew clung to my lashes, tiny diamonds trembling in the first light. I followed a faint trail, carved by time or by chance, leading deeper into the unknown. Then I heard it, a faint, trembling cry, a sound so small, yet
Let's
it
see what's out
pierced
there.
through the silence like a plea. I followed, pushing through the leaves until I saw it, a baby monkey, tangled in a snare of roots,
We're not alone
trembling,
here.
eyes wide with terror. It was me,
Beautiful.
not the same shape, not the same skin, but the same fear. I cut the vine with my rusty knife. It didn't run. It just looked at me, lost, unsure, but alive. That gaze was enough. From that moment, neither of us was alone anymore. The monkey followed me everywhere, first from a distance, then closer. It learned to trust the sound of my footsteps, the rhythm of my breath. I shared my fruit. It shared its laughter. When it climbed onto my shoulder for the first time, I laughed too, the first real laughter since the crash. We became a pair of survivors,
Tomorrow,
one
we go
human,
further.
one creature of the forest, both searching for safety, both learning what it meant to belong again. Days passed. We crossed streams, mud, roots, and storms. Once, I slipped near a ravine, and the monkey screamed, clutching my shirt, refusing to let go. We both trembled,
Artistic touch, huh?
both breathing hard. That moment was more than survival. It was connection. When I found the stream, I fell to my knees. The water was cold, pure.
You're enjoying this too
Perfect.
much.
I washed my face, and with it, washed away the salt of the sea and the ghost of fear. I drank slowly, feeling it flow through me like new life. The monkey drank too, its tiny hands splashing clumsily. I smiled. Maybe, just maybe, we were going to be okay. We built a shelter near the stream leaves. Branches, vines. My hands bled. My back ached. But the pain was a quiet kind of happiness.
Quiet night, right?
Every movement whispered, "You are rebuilding. You are healing." When the first shape of home appeared, rough and crooked but standing, I felt something stir inside me, pride. As the sun set, painting the sky in molten gold, the monkey sat on the roof, tail swinging, eyes sparkling in the light. For the first time, the world didn't feel hostile anymore. It felt alive. That night, I lit a fire again. The flames danced across my face,
Okay.
tired but peaceful. The monkey curled beside me, soft and warm. I brushed its fur, leaned back against the rock, and looked up. Through the gaps in the leaves, the stars looked close enough to touch. I wasn't afraid of the night anymore, but nature is never kind for long. The rain came suddenly cold, relentless, and wild. It beat against the roof, ran down my arms, chilled me to the bone. I held the monkey close, its small heart beating fast against mine. And through the storm, I kept whispering the only truth I knew: we're alive. We survived. When morning came, the world had changed again. The air smelled new, washed clean. The light broke through the mist like a promise. The stream shimmered. The leaves dripped with silver, and my shelter still standing gleamed under the sun.
No
I
storm
sat
can
before
take
it,
this from us again.
wet hair clinging to my face,
Morning!
the monkey sleeping in my lap. The fire still glowed faintly, a soft heartbeat against
Not
the
for
hum
you,
of the
silly.
forest. For the first time, I didn't feel like a stranger here. The sound of water, the whisper of wind, the pulse of the world all became one steady rhythm. I realized then that I had crossed the line between surviving and living. I no longer asked why me, or how long. Now, I only wondered how will I live, and the answer was simple. I will live slowly, bravely, completely. I will learn every sound, every scent, every secret of this wild world, because I am no longer afraid to lose anything. I've already lost everything to finally find myself.
You're home too. See? It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? What was that?
Just a little longer. I'm so tired.
Two.